For those who aren't familiar with private equity, unfortunately, some of those private equity has gotten a bit of a bad reputation. I don't know if that's recent. I mean, I
Well,
think the negative connotation for healthcare might be more recent. I'm not sure.
I think only because it lacks it's not the accountability piece that's lacking. I think there is a less formal transparency that makes an already stressed situation difficult. I think this is the best way I can put.
no, that's great.
Because-
I- and I agree. Even before, and there have been, I can't recall them off the top of my head, but there have been some enforcement actions that have sourced their way back to making financially motivated decisions that impacted the quality of care. Right. And this is why you have the emphasis from the OIG. But look, if you're a compliance professional, and anytime I can remember sitting across the desk from our CFO, I won't say where, but we had a potential significant issue, right? That was going to have a potential overpayment of numerous zeros. And that's that's an uncomfortable and not fun scenario to be in for either party. And it puts you at odds with the financial, because the CFO's job is to make sure that the organization is financially profitable so that profit can then be reinvested into the community to deliver better care. Right. And our job as compliance is to make sure we're doing that correctly, and then we're preventing, detecting, and responding to detected offenses. And there's a natural conflict between the financial arm and the compliance arm. When you inject private equity into that equation, whose sole focus is to grow a business for a portfolio or for a fund, right? There's an extra lever that's being pulled in motivating the decisions.
There's also an element of, and I think the OIG recognizes this, there's a lack of knowledge and a lack of education. So not only does traditionally private equity, they have a certain goal and they're coming into healthcare with that goal in mind, but they don't necessarily have the expertise and the knowledge and the foundations of the healthcare space. So they're making some decisions and choices and I've seen this personally, they're making decisions and choices in the same way as they might do in every other sector, not necessarily appreciating, hey, healthcare isn't like any other sector. You're not just selling widgets. You're not just selling a product or any old service. People's lives depend on healthcare. Not just that, it's a heavily regulated sector. And there's an acknowledgement that actually private equity and other investors, they need to have more education. This is a risk that needs to be acknowledged in your compliance program, in your risk assessment, if private equity or investment is a part of your particular organization. I don't know that I've seen that before. I don't know that I've seen the same focus on outside investment before as I do now. And that's why I wanted to call it out.